versus Hungary.
Lata, push, en garde, Fred, allez. Lata, push, en garde,
well, Haiyan, a pretty tough competitor to have. There's your first match for Hajmasi.
Lata, Nambala. En garde, Fred, allez.
2 Paralympic medals already and guaranteed a third. This is only day 3 of the fencing here in the Grand Palais.
En garde, Fred, allez. Lata operata, Nambala. En garde, Fred, allez. Lata, Nambala. En garde, Fred, allez. Attaque, Nambala. En garde, Fred, allez. Attaque, non. Contre-attaque, Nambala. En garde, Fred, allez.
Gu showing her dominance in this discipline.
Attaque, push.
Hajmasi just struggling to find anything to answer to the in-form Chinese fencer.
Attaque, Nambala. En garde, Fred.
Sometimes when you go up against someone, there's the first one for Hajmasi. When you go up against a team full of repeat winners, if you don't have the right mindset, you're already 3 or 4 points down. I mean, and I would say you're 3 or 4 points down in every third of this match. So you've got to come in with the big guns firing straight away. Difficult to really talk too much about the Hungarian setup, but from what I've seen today, Krajnyak has been the engine of the team. I'm wondering whether they wouldn't have started with her.
En garde, Fred, allez. Lata.
If you've tuned in for the gold medal match, it's the first of 45 will be the Paralympic champions. They're split into 9, so that is 9 fights to 5. Gu just 1 hit away from finishing this first bout. The clock not relevant at the moment, but it is 3 minutes on the clock for each bout. If we have, for some reason, a relatively passive fight, and it ends at the end of that 3 minutes with whatever the score happens to be.
Just going back to Krajnyak, what they've done, the Hungarians, is they've put her on last, and they've tried to split her fights more evenly through the 9 legs, so that she's not off the piste for too long. And that's why they've put Hajmasi on first, hoping that she could at least get 3 points maybe against Gu. Can have a real clear picture of how this is going to look going through the rest of the match after 3 fights. Just after 3 fights, we're going to see at least where Hungary are and what they're going to have to do, because if they go too far behind after 3, in the middle third, they absolutely have to go for it.
5-1 for.
Well, a fairly straightforward start for the People's Republic of China, opening up a 4-point lead.
Xiao Rong versus Zsuzsanna Krajnyak.
Well, this is China's category B fencer Xiao Rong, silver medalist in the individual sabre and foil.
What do you think?
It was given there. Mr. Krajnyak asking for a video review though. Have they lost a video review? Maybe we were seeing the replay as she called for it.
En garde.
Little raise of the eyebrows there.
She's a proper character. She's going to be
En garde.
going down in Paralympic history as well.
Non. Attaque de gauche, non valable. En garde.
Guaranteeing,
Allez.
if I remember correctly, a 13th Paralympic medal.
Yeah, she does have 12 Paralympic medals, but
Halte.
yet
Attaque.
to have a gold in that collection.
I think she might know that.
En
That
garde.
might be a little bit of a motivator here. She might be thinking to herself, okay,
Point.
the Chinese team are the team to beat, but
Halte. L'attaque.
I'm really up
non
for it.
valable.
Well, they might have seen a little bit of that weakness when
En garde.
watching Italy get so close to beating them, and no doubt will have learned from that.
Touche. Point.
Found some weakness in this tough armour from the People's Republic of China.
En garde. Please. Please. Down in the middle. Last time.
Well, this is Krajnyak's turn to really
Allez.
put her mark on the score up against the Category B fencer. Hungary want to
En
really
garde. Prêt. Allez.
epitomise this opportunity and
Point.
see if they can reach that score of 10. But right now, Zhao is doing a brilliant job of not really letting Krajnyak get into this competition here.
Carton jaune. Départ avant le lait. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halte. Halte. L'attaque est parée. La riposte, non. La remise d'attaque, non valable. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halte. La riposte. Touche. Point.
Well,
First pair of riposte is no from Krajnyak, and the referee calling that a continuation, quite right.
Le 10e point pour la
well, Xiao Rong making relatively light work up against the Category A fencer.
People's Republic of China 10. Hungary
Suddenly,
3.
at this very early stage, it's a 7-point lead
Zou Xufeng
for China over Hungary.
Mezo.
Yeah. This is potentially going to look very difficult for Hungary after this third leg. Difference, as we thought before going into the match, the difference between how the Category B fencers are going to fence. For sure, the two Cat A fencers for China are just a little step above the two Hungarians. Now we've seen the Cat B fencer beat one of the Cat A fencers in Hungary. Mezo comes on. Will she spring a surprise? Both teams have got a Cat A reserve at this stage. Potentially, Hungary may already be thinking about bringing on Veres.
Well, I expect to see Zhou not really let Hungary get a look in here. She is the Paralympic champion in the individual event, and she's now up against a Category B fencer.
She's already got one gold medal. She doesn't need another one, does she?
Well, if you have a look at the medal table of China, they are absolutely running away with it here. They've already got 4 golds. We're only on the 3rd day.
Prolific, aren't they? Very, very special.
En garde. Prêt.
It's 11 medals in total for the People's Republic of China,
Attaque.
not including
Non
these
valable.
guaranteed this evening
En garde.
in the Grand Palais.
Allez.
At least a silver.
Attaque. Non.
The
Attaque.
outcome of this match.
Touche. Point. En garde.
Sean Grundy, Great Britain, taking up the refereeing duties here.
Halte. Attaque. Touche. Point. En garde. Prête. Allez.
And what would a coach potentially say to Mezo, Category B fencer, coming up against the Paralympic champion in Category A? How does one approach such a mountain?
Halte.
All you need to do is get 1 point.
Point.
Quite simple. Just don't worry about anything else. Get 1 point. If she then gets that point, see, you can get a point. Go and get another point. You can only fence within your abilities. So you've got to try and lure your opponent into doing what you want them to do. So all she must do is fence and not get dragged into the way that Zhou is fencing.
Point. En garde.
Easy to say though, because Zhou is something special.
Attaque.
Well, I think we expected the scoreline. Nothing surprising there, as Zhou just showing her dominance at the top of this sport.
Le 15e point.
And suddenly, I mean, that is pretty huge, isn't it? 12-point lead after just 3 rounds. All fencers have now fenced, and Karim, you said that we'll keep an eye on that substitution list. But right now, we see a repeat. Xiao Rong returns to the piece. She now has Eva Hajmasi. To remind you, Zhao is the category B fencer for the People's Republic of China. She was victorious over Krajnyak. But Hajmasi will have the advantage just for having watched that match, and along with her coaches, no doubt they will have a game plan here.
Again, I think it's so you asked about what the coach should be saying. The coach should be saying, just worry about point by point. Well, don't worry about it. Just work point by point. Go at the fight as though every point is important. Go.
That's a concept to look at when it's the first to 20. So Hajmasi, in theory, would need to score 17 hits to put them properly in the lead. Well, at least.
Can't say I've seen 17 being scored, but I've certainly seen 14 being scored in a single match here.
Well, that would also be enough, as the mathematician next to me points out. And it's times like this that the 3 minutes on the clock do suddenly become significant. We haven't really seen the time coming into play so far.
En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halt. L'attaque, number là.
Just hitting the top of the sword arm of Hajmasi.
Prêt. Allez. Halt. L'attaque, number là. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halt. Attaque, number là. En garde.
Well, we could look at it also from the other side, couldn't we, of Zhao? I mean, she's got this huge margin, but she won't want to let Hajmasi really eat into that either. We're seeing a few off-target hits, and that could be preventing the Hungarian from doing what she needs to or wants to be doing.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point that they can't take their foot off the gas.
En garde. Prêt. Allez. L'attaque number là. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halt. L'attaque number là. En garde. Prêt, allez. Pareil poste, non. Limit d'attaque, touche, quoi.
Well, it is point by point at the moment for the Hungarian.
Prêt, allez. Halt. L'attaque, non, là. On garde.
Still 2 minutes 30
Allez, halt.
on the clock.
Okay.
She's got time to make some significant inroads,
Prêt,
potentially
allez.
even put Hungary back
Right,
on equal
l'attaque,
points.
Parade, non, là. Okay.
Well, that's just going to contribute to the catch-up that we're seeing from Hungary.
Okay.
Well, while they try and sort out the score here, just looking back on that semi-final that
Prêt,
People's Republic of China had over Italy,
halt.
they
L'attaque,
went
non, là.
10-4 down.
On garde.
Chen, who's the reserve for this fight, came on. She was in the starting lineup in the semi-finals and scored 11 hits to get them into the lead. So going back to what you were saying about, you know, they don't want to take their foot off the gas. They certainly don't, because they did in the fight against Italy in the middle third, and they went behind again before battling back to lead 30-24. Going into the final leg, they were 40-30 up, quite comfortable. And Bebe Vio came on and scored 11 hits. We know what she can do, but a 10-hit lead was enough for Gu Haiyan to go over the line by 45-41. Sounds closer than perhaps it actually was, but there were signs for the People's Republic of China that if you let the other team in, they're going to take the advantage. They're going to take the opportunity if it's given to them.
Hajmasi absolutely on a roll here. Karen, you said you'd seen 14 points before. Well, already, that is 9 victories. Only 40 seconds down on the clock.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the way she's going, she's worked out the distance in this one. She should be able to overtake. This one leg could see Hungary right back in the match.
En garde. Prêt. Allez. Halt. L'attaque. Non, là. En garde. Prêt. Allez.
It's the first to 20, just to remind you, as this fight feels like we've seen a huge score. Well, we have. We've seen 11 hits for Hajmasi to Xiao's 2. That might feel like a bit of a relief for the People's Republic of China. But still, they've got to get 2 more hits to conclude this match. Hajmasi only needing 6, and I say only, that's because we've seen her in such a role.
Prêt. Allez.
Yeah, 3.6 hits for Hajmasi to every one of Zhao. So sort of extrapolate that forwards. You'd think that Zhao would get to 20, but Hajmasi will probably be around about 17 or 18. The thing is, as it gets closer to the target score for the People's Republic of China, it gets more tense for the Hungarians in the chase.
Yeah, and that can change just the flow of the match as well. You've got to play with instinct in fencing. You can't freeze, you can't overthink it.
L'attaque para. Para riposter touche pas. En garde.
Well, the flow continues.
Allez. Ah.
Eva Andrea Hajmasi.
It's been a Carter for an early start here.
Point. En garde.
I mean, it was super fast reactions.
Allez. Halt. L'attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. L'attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Opera attaque Nambala. En garde.
Feels like Xiao really trying to put the pressure onto Hajmasi here, not giving her an opening.
Paralympics touche pas. En garde.
Xiao wanting the video from that decision.
Shouldn't be turned over this one.
Attaque, parade. Paralympics touche pas. Non.
Well, the video lost.
En garde.
Xiao with no more appeals remaining.
16. Okay. En garde.
She's just desperate for that one more point to stop this crawlback from Hungary.
Attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. L'attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. L'attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. L'attaque Nambala. En garde. Prête. Allez.
I think all of this is happening less or just over 2 minutes. We've seen 18 points in 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Halt. L'attaque. Touche. En
Not
garde.
finished yet.
This really is an incredible run from Hajmasi. Can she make it 2 more? Put Hungary in the lead.
Wanting to get the frame moved here. Just gone off on a bit of a slant to the referee.
Well, during this pause, we can hear the chants of the Hungarian fans. Hungary, France, Italy, such strong fencing nations in Europe. We've made the most of having a European Paralympic Games, or I should say Paralympic Games, in the heart of Europe. And there it is. The scores are levelled.
Allez. Attaque.
And Hajmasi had 17 victories in a row. Karen, there's a record for you. I'm not sure it's an official record, but it might be the most that you have seen.
I've certainly not seen more than 14, or I've certainly not been in the commentary box seeing more than 14 hits. That is a tremendous effort from Hajmasi. After going down 5-1, she could have let her head go down, and she focused completely in that match. Brilliant performance from Hungary to put themselves right back in the match.
Mezo.
Nagu and Mezo will have been anxiously waiting in position on the adjacent piste. That really will have done a huge amount for the spirit of Hungary as well. Boglarka Mezo, the category B fencer, on next. And even if it is a loss to Hungary, it will be, well, it can only be by 5, so damage limitation potentially for Mezo. But thanks to Hajmasi, putting Hungary in a great position. And look at this. Well, it can only be a deficit of 4 after that strong start out the blocks for the Hungarian.
No, Mezo. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque, touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque, touche. Point.
Ogu maybe
Mezo.
just finding a bit of
The jacket,
rhythm.
please.
Just 7 points.
En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, attaque, touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, la contre-riposte, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque, non valable.
Mezo not making things easy for Gu.
Mezo jacket, please. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, la riposte, touche. Point.
So, classic Cat A against Cat B fencer category A, category B, to give it its full name. Leaning back, the Cat A fencer,
En garde.
because they've got that trunk mobility to wait for
Halte, la
the
contre-riposte,
Cat B
non, la
fencer
remise de riposte de
to
gauche,
just
non
start to go backwards and then launch their attack. That's why Mezo's beating the blade constantly. Saying, well, if you're going to come at me, as soon as you come at me, I'm going to have taken the right way off you and then extend my arm and you're going to run onto my sword. But
En garde. Prêt, allez.
does mean that
L'attaque,
easy.
touche. Point.
Just a quicker hand as well there. I'm calling for a video, but can't see how she's going to get that one because she doesn't make any, she doesn't initiate anything herself. It's like a reaction.
L'attaque, touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, la riposte, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque, touche. Point.
Ogu Haiyan making relatively light work of that, as we might expect.
Leads again. 25 to
Putting
21 against
China
Hungary.
back in the lead by 4 points. But even that one hit that Mezo got early on, we've just been limiting that damage, and Hungary's still very much in this competition.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Halte. Remise, attaque. Touche. Point. En garde. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halte. Attaque offerte non valable.
Well, you might realise we have a fresh face on the beast here. Amarilla Veres has been brought on. She came in as the substitute. What do you think the thought process might be here for the Hungarian team? I'm not expecting you to be a mind reader, Karen, but if you were team manager?
Change it up. Why not? It's possible that call was made during the Hajmasi fight where she scored 17 points in a row, saying, well, you know, the coach just sitting down with Krajnyak and saying, right, you're going to go up against Xiao. Do you feel like you can keep that momentum going, or should we get the younger fencer on for you? I stand to be corrected, but I believe that in wheelchair fencing you can bring the sub back off, but you have to bring on the person they replaced. So Krajnyak could come back on for the anchor leg. So this is a potential to try and claw some points back, or even extend this fight to stretch out the run that China would have to go on in the next leg against the Cat B fencer from Hungary. So basically kill time. no hits. But I'm not entirely convinced that everything is as it should be, because no one's looking at a video review here. They're double checking that the substitution was made in time. Well, they are looking at the video. They are looking at the video here, but this is a long, long look at the video. As we were looking at our paperwork, something clearly has happened. They're just checking the scores. That's what it was. Should be 22. There you go.
OK. Parade, riposte, touche, point.
Long day here for everybody, and these referees have been refereeing pretty much non-stop for the whole of the fencing competition. So double checking stuff is a good idea.
Prête. Allez. Halt. Reprise. Non valable.
See Veres
En garde.
fresher, moves very smartly. Bring her on for one fight. Could be a masterstroke for the Hungarian coach. Could be.
Well, Veres just specialised in épée and sabre. Finished 8th in the individual sabre competition. And has the, well, is the Paralympic champion in the épée from Tokyo, the defending champion. So she'll be out the following day trying to defend that title.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non. Contre-attaque. Non valable.
She thinks it's a hit.
The Chinese need just to drop it. Yeah.
She thought she'd hit on target, Veres. But unfortunately for her, it wasn't. That's why she tested the jacket, the lame jacket, to see if the coloured light came up.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non. Attaque. Touche. Point.
She's up for it.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. À vous d'aller.
Or maybe a little too up for it. It's easy to get carried away
En garde.
in this pressured environment.
Allez. Attaque. Non valable.
2 meters in the blade. Oh, sorry. There's not 2 meters in the blade. She does find the blade, but then she doesn't take up the right of way, so.
Halt. Attaque.
Oh.
Non valable.
She's celebrating off target hits like they are
Prête.
real hits. That must be the épéiste in her.
Attaque.
Forgetting that the target area is defined to the torso.
En garde.
You're telling me straight back out to fence in the épée competition. Perhaps this is just a warm-up for her. Get her ready.
Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque.
Thing is, she doesn't look
Point.
like a foil doesn't belong in her hands. She's showing us a few of those remises as she's coming backwards as well. I mean, that's also great for épée, but...
Halt. Attaque. Non valable.
Her movement in the chair is quite incredible, isn't it?
Prête.
It's very long, isn't it?
Halt. Remise d'attaque. Touche. Point. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non. Attaque. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non. Attaque. Touche. Point.
30 points now for the People's Republic of China.
Well, the energy that Veres brought didn't completely convert into points, and Zou Xufeng
Septième match, 7
continued that lead and continued to open the lead. 7 points now, the margin for China. Mezo faces Xiao as we pop over to the piece next door.
Immediate earlier start. This could have a massive bearing on the rest of the match here. Form would suggest that Xiao is going to have a comfortable victory here.
Fred, allez. L'attaque demi-attaque dans balle. En garde. Fred, allez. Contre le pari Boston, demi-attaque touche. Point. En garde. Fred, allez. L'attaque opère attaque dans balle.
Well, we are now in that final third, so these both being Category B fences means the final two matches both Category A fences, so no huge disparity in that sense. But a significant lead for the People's Republic of China for these latter stages at least.
Attaque, parade. Para riposter touche, quoi. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Attaque, parade. Para riposter touche, quoi. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Parade contre, para riposter touche, quoi.
Well, stunned by Mezo.
Prêt. Allez. L'attaque d'emballage. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Parade. Poster touche, quoi.
Good scrap here. Hungarian.
Alt contre para riposter d'emballage. En garde. Prêt. Allez. L'attaque d'emballage. En garde. Prêt. Allez. L'attaque d'emballage. En garde. Prêt. Allez. L'attaque non. Contre-attaque d'emballage. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Toujours para riposter d'emballage.
It's almost like the referee
En garde.
doesn't really care. Yeah, attack, parry, riposte off target, attack, good.
En garde. Prêt. Allez.
Staying out of the drama.
La parade non.
The Republic of Korean referee.
En garde.
He's not getting sucked into this electric atmosphere.
En garde.
This fencing final. First of two gold medal matches in the team event.
En garde. Prêt. Allez. L'attaque. L'attaque touche. Quoi. En garde.
Well, Xiao Rong needing just one more victory
Prêt. Allez. L'attaque.
before her work is done here. And it's the mask off for the last time today for Xiao Rong. She has very much contributed her part there. Boglarka Mezo. His efforts are also over. And that was damage limitation again for Hungary, but they do see themselves with a 9-point deficit, just 2 rounds to go. And when you've got Zhou and Gu coming up, well, you've got to say that China are the favourites here. They've got the Paralympic champion and the silver medalist from the individual event to finish.
And don't look tired either. They look well up for this. Nation against a European in Europe. South American music in the background.
Prêt, allez. Halte, l'attaque. Touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez. Sur la préparation, l'attaque, touche, point.
Hajmasi had that incredible run earlier, 17 victories in a row.
En garde.
That was up against Zhao, a category beneath her, and now she's facing the Paralympic champion. It's a slightly different mountain to climb.
Coach. Please put the... No, stop.
Well, there's the Hungarian contingent making themselves known, or making their support known. And Hungary right now need every bit of support they can get. Not sure many people would want to be in the shoes of Eva Andrea Hajmasi facing the Paralympic champion, starting with a considerable deficit.
En garde. Prêt, allez. Hâte, l'attaque est parée, la riposte touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez. Hâte, l'attaque, non valable. En garde.
10 points in it now.
Prêt, allez. Hâte, la contre-riposte touche. Point.
I mean, I'm sure Hungary believed they could win it coming into this competition. They would have seen the score from that match with Italy.
Carton rouge in the middle.
And they actually had the smoother run into the gold medal match. A more convincing win over Hong Kong, China.
Prêt, allez.
But still, they will know that they are coming up against the Paralympic defending champions, the People's Republic of China, and
En garde.
with two
Prêt, allez.
of the recent gold and silver medalists in that team, it's got to be
En garde.
a pretty intimidating prospect.
Allez.
Two silver medalists and gold medalists, isn't it? Because Xiao is the Cat B.
You are correct, yes. I was just looking at the final two and got carried away there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Xiao Rong has the silver in the foil and the sabre.
pretty formidable Chinese team, isn't it? They are something to behold, but that experience in there. It's that thing again about we were talking about earlier on, that there's this in the past, most recent past, the experience has made the big difference in wheelchair fencing. But as the sport has grown, people are getting better at it younger. And people are taking it up younger. So we're starting to see a little shift in that average age of top-class athletes.
Well, Hajmasi really not being intimidated by the fact she's fencing the Paralympic champion. She wasn't intimidated by that deficit she had earlier coming on to fence Zhao.
Different prospect going up against a Cat B athlete, though, so this is super impressive. Any hits from now are closing the gap. Hajmasi keen to get on with this. You don't want to stop the momentum. She moved the frame herself then.
You can just feel the energy, can't you, coming from her body position, her body language. Zhao creeping ever closer to the all-important 40 for this 8th match, this 8th bout.
La remise d'attaque, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte, la riposte. Touche. Point. En garde. Prêt, allez.
Look at the amount of movement coming from Zhao. The whole plate the wheelchair is fixed to coming off the ground.
La contre-riposte, non. La remise, non valable.
Yeah, the movement is incredible, and the decision there from the referee was spot on.
Non valable.
Hajmasi didn't complain. She made the parry, but then just didn't quite get the riposte on. She could get... I think she's got to get at least another 6 to have a chance here.
En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte. La contre-riposte, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez, halte.
Oh, who's gone? It's another red card. There's another point. That puts a little bit more pressure, added pressure on Zhao.
En garde. Prêt, halte.
Oh, yellow card now for Hajmasi.
Oh, she even accepted it before referee had chance to reach for his pocket.
I don't know what the Hungarian is for whoopsie.
I pretty much only know how to say thank you in Hungarian.
Halte, l'attaque, non valable. En garde. Prêt, allez. Halte.
Zou, carton rouge, stand up.
Lifting from the Chinese athlete. So, only 4 more required.
Well, if Hajmasi keeps continuing like this, she'll be collecting those 3 points.
No contact, please. No contact. No contact.
Happily.
En garde.
But I think these mistakes we're seeing from Zhou just showing that Hajmasi is able to put the pressure on the Paralympic champion.
There's also an element of as you get closer to the gold, especially in the penultimate fight, I need to make sure I give my anchor the biggest lead possible. She's put an end to this one.
She didn't wrap it up quite as quickly as she might have hoped. Zou Xufeng
Republic of China, 33.
manages to continue that lead for the People's Republic of China. Eva Andrea Hajmasi putting 2-point deficit into that. Reducing the deficit, I should say, by 2 points. So that leaves Zsuzsanna Krajnyak, who's come back on with a lot of work to do as she faces Haiyan, a silver medalist from this individual event. Well, it's interesting that Hungary did decide to bring Krajnyak into position like you thought could be part of their tactics, Karam.
Or it could be, we need to check the rules here, that she hadn't been on so far in the competition. She's not fenced for the team, and perhaps you have to fence in order to get a medal.
Riposte, non valable.
You can definitely swap in and out in wheelchair fencing. You can't
Non valable.
in Olympic fencing.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Attaque. Touche. Point.
Krajnyak just be looking to get some points to end on here. It looks as though
Attaque. Non valable.
Gu has definitely
En garde.
got the significant advantage here. I don't just mean the silver medal
Attaque.
from 2 days ago, but the 9-point lead that she currently holds.
Attaque. Touche. Point. En garde.
Sean Grundy making the call. Krajnyak knows to not call immediately for a video, turns to the coach, and the coach says, yeah, we didn't quite get the parry in. Where's he gone? I want to replace my weapon. to make the request to the referee, but Sean Grundy was already making his way up onto the podium just to oversee. He recognised that there was an off-target light coming up, and he's now just going to check all of the equipment. I think Krajnyak, as she has changed her weapon, he'll let a new weapon come in, plug it on, and really double-check that no white light's going to come up, just to confirm it was the thing. Well, in fact, the official timekeepers come on to test the body wire. You don't even need a weapon to test the body wire.
Well, Zsuzsanna Krajnyak will not be flustered by any technical issues. So experienced, her 7th Paralympic Games. She's guaranteed, as we mentioned earlier, to be making it 12 Paralympic medals.
Adding to the 12 Paralympic medals she's got. This is lucky 13 for her.
It certainly is. The most, well, the 12 were the most by any Hungarian para-athlete across all sports. And she'll just be extending her record there, won't she? Exactly.
Halt. Riposte. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt.
Oh.
Attaque parée.
So close, just hitting the shoulder rather than the lame jacket, the top of the shoulder and the white part of the jacket.
Prête. Allez. Attaque. Parée. La riposte. Touche. Point.
She's going to fight to the end.
En garde.
No doubt about that.
Prête. Allez. Attaque. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Attaque. Parade. Riposte. Non. Remise attaque. Non valable. En garde.
Well,
Prête. Allez.
you have to say the People's Republic of China
Parade.
have been the team to beat today. They were red-hot favourites coming into it, and they have proven, despite going behind against Italy, but despite having a problem in the final leg against Italy in the semi-finals, that they are deserving of fighting this gold medal match. You've also got to say that there have been a couple of storming fights in this match from Hungary. But overall, the Chinese team are on their way to this gold medal, and in fact, after that video review, just need one more point.
Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Non. Remise. Non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Attaque. Parade. Riposte. Touche. Point.
Krajnyak isn't going to make it easy. Haiyan will be tasting that gold medal again.
No.
Just one hit away
En garde. Prête. Allez.
from bringing home another gold medal.
Final riposte non valable. En garde. En garde, s'il vous plaît. Prête. Allez. Halt. Riposte non valable. En garde. Prête. Allez. Halt. Riposte. Non.
We wait for the final decision from the referee. And there it is. The People's Republic of China defend their title. They didn't really ever look threatened. And Paralympic champions here in Paris 2024, adding to the gold they won in Tokyo and in Rio. Well, a team that came in with 5 medals between them from these championships already have just added to their impressive collection.
La médaille d'argent ira à la Hongrie. Silver medal for Hungary after the bronze in Tokyo.
you.